City and Guilds International Spoken ESOL Test, Expert Level, the 30th of September 2013. Ola, test begins. Hello, my name is Victoria Artner. Can you spell your family name for me, please?
Yes, of course. O-L-A-H.
Thank you. Where are you from?
I'm from Salgótarján, Hungary.
Thank you. Now, in the first part of the test, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself and your ideas. All right?
All right.
First, physical appearance. Some people believe that beautiful people have easier lives. What's your view?
Oh, it may true, because the outlook is really important in our world. People judge us from our outlook, the way we dress. It is important, for example, a job interview to look fashionable, because we won't get the job, for example, if we go in a pyjama. And a special event is really important to be, on a special event is also important to wear fashionable clothes. This way we can save us people who judge only from the outlook.
I see. Okay, and now foreign language ability. Why are some people better language learners than others?
Because they have talent to learn foreign languages, or they are better in vocabulary or spelling, and I don't know, maybe because they determined enough to learn foreign languages, because this is an important factor, I think.
All right, and now clothes and fashion. Do you consider yourself fashion conscious or fashion victim, and why?
Fashion conscious, maybe, but also fashion victim. I don't think that it's important to always be fashionable, because, for example, at home it is really not important for me.
I see. And now literature. Some people claim that poetry is the most creative type of literature. What's your view?
I don't know the meaning of poetry.
Poetry.
Yeah, okay. It's the most important thing of literature.
It's the most creative type of literature.
Yeah, maybe it's the most important type, because it has to be several skills. People have to own several skills to create the poet.
Okay, thank you. And now part 2. I'm going to read some situations. I want you to start or respond as necessary. First situation. We are friends. I start. Thanks a million. I'm sure I would have failed the exam if it wasn't for you.
You're welcome.
You've helped me so much. I'm really grateful.
It was nothing.
Well,
you are my friend.
Well, that's very kind of you. What shall we do together to, I don't know, celebrate this happy event?
Maybe we can go out and have a drink.
All right, well, I'll pay for it.
Okay, thanks.
Second situation. We are friends. You are in two minds about taking a job abroad. You start.
I would like to have a job in foreign country, and could you help me? How could I start it?
Oh, well, I have no experience in that, but what job do you have in mind?
I've got a degree in teaching, so I maybe want to be a teacher.
Oh, but are you sure it's a good idea to work as a teacher abroad and not in Hungary?
Yes, it would be a great experience, I think.
Well, I think we should start searching the net, and then we can talk a bit more about this.
All right, this is a good idea.
Okay. Another situation. We are neighbors. I start. Would you keep an eye on the apartment while we are away?
Of course, that's nothing.
Well, I would also like to ask you to water our plants.
All right, when I will have to do this?
Oh, well, maybe every evening?
All right, it's not a problem. I don't work on evenings.
Oh, that's really kind of you. Thank you. And another situation, we are colleagues now. You are not sure if I have remembered a deadline.
Okay.
You start.
You remember that you have to go on Wednesday to your job interview?
On Wednesday? To a job interview?
Yeah, you have to.
Really? Oh, well, I didn't remember that.
Oh. Maybe you should have to.
Well, and what time is the interview?
At 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Well, thanks for mentioning. I would have forgotten it at all. All right, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Now, part 3. In this part of the test, we are going to discuss something together. All right?
Okay.
We've been asked to rank a list of suggestions for overcoming stress. Let's discuss these ideas and try to agree on their order of helpfulness.
Okay.
Take 20 seconds to think about what you want to say.
Yeah. Can I start?
Well, why don't you start?
So get enough sleep is really important. Some aspects say that enough sleep can help to not to be stressful, because when you sleep you don't concentrate on problems, you just relax. Learn to say no.
Oh, wait a moment. Let's come back to this sleeping question. I agree with you, but people nowadays don't really have enough time to sleep.
Yes, it's a fact. But they may have to get enough time in order to be healthy.
I see. Okay. Then what else do you find important among these?
Think positive, maybe. Because if you are a positive person, you can get in right situations. For example, if you think that you can, you will do, for example, exam right. It's important to think that you can do anything.
All right, that's true, but is it really a good way if you want to overcome stress?
It could be a good way. It's part of the good way, I think, personally. And the negative thinking is just out to trust.
I see.
Love is also a major thing, not to be stressful, because as the saying goes, if you laugh enough or too much, you will have a longer life. I think. I personally think this is true, because the happier people laugh more, and laugh is really healthy. And if you are healthy, you are not so stressful, I think. And have a healthy diet. Some way it could help, but the other way is that if you have a healthy diet, you have to concentrate on the dishes, and this is stressful, not to eat carbohydrate again in the evening. I mean,
well, I don't really believe it's a source of stress, and I personally think that if you have a healthy diet, you feel lighter, you feel more energetic. If you are more energetic, you can cope with stress more efficiently.
Yes, it's also true. You may have a point, but for example, me, to be in the kitchen is stressful.
What do you mean?
So, to do anything, it makes me nervous in the kitchen. I don't like to be in the kitchen.
I see. Okay, so what would you put on the top of our list? What would be on the top?
Relax and enough sleep.
All right.
I think.
Well, thank you. And now, part 4. In part 4, you're going to talk on your own for about 2 minutes. And your topic is a news story that has interested you. First, think about it for 30 seconds and make some notes if you want. So your topic is a news story that interested you.
A news.
A news
Okay.
story that has interested you. Okay, take 30 seconds. Nora, please start.
So a news has interested me. The Duchess of Cambridge has a child. It was famous news among Britain and among the world. The BBC and CNN and the news centers were full of this news that Catherine will give birth to William and Catherine's first child. This baby is a boy. Yes, I don't know his name. But there were live news on news channels. Duchess of Cambridge was delivered in labor in 6 p.m. and she gave to birth at 8 p.m. or it was or after 8 p.m. I don't know. So it was a long labor. She was not in a royal hospital. She was the second female person of the royal history who gave birth not in a royal hospital but on a clinic. It was an expensive birth. Some aspects say the numbers as well. It was a huge number, I think. And after 2 days or 1 day, I don't know, they showed the baby. He was beautiful, I think. And William will take the father holiday in the military.
Oh,
I think.
Well, thank you. Let's have some questions about this topic. How important is it for people to know what's happening around the world?
It is really important because we can get information all around the world, and as the saying goes, information is the really most valuable thing in our society, and they can use this information against others or in good ways.
I see. And to what extent do the media control the news?
In a big extent. They control every news, in my opinion, and it's not necessarily a good control and helpful control because they show only one side of the news which they want to, and it's not always the best side of the news. It's the one side they want to, and it's harmful, I think.
And how has the internet affected news reporting?
It affected much because nowadays everybody has internet on telephones and iPads and these devices, and on these devices, and they can get informed really fast because internet is really fast, and there are several news sites among the internet and it's a question that they are reliable or not, but many people read these sites. And the most news TV centers has got internet sites as well.
Well, thank you. That is the end of the test. Olá, Nora, end of test.